I want you to be honest with me. Look around your room right now. What do you see? Do you see a graveyard of half-finished obsessions? Maybe in the corner, there is a guitar you swore you were going to master, but haven't touched in 6 months. Maybe there is a sketchbook on your desk with exactly 3 pages filled, and the rest are blank. Maybe there is a domain name you bought for a business idea that you were passionate about for exactly 1 week, and then to your friends and family. This looks like chaos. They look at your life and they see inconsistency. They call you flaky. They call you scattered. They tell you that you lack the grit to stick with things when they get hard. And deep down, you probably believe them. You look at this graveyard of hobbies and you feel a specific type of shame. You feel like an imposter. You ask yourself, why can't I just pick a lane like everyone else? Why is my brain broken? But what if I told you that your brain isn't broken? What if I told you that your inability to stick to one thing is actually a biological survival mechanism that has been misunderstood for the last 100 years? You are not a failure. You are simply a hunter living in a world designed for farmers. And in this video, we are going to break down the psychology, the genetics, and the strategy of why you get bored so easily, and why it might be your greatest superpower. To understand why you feel this way, we have to look at evolutionary psychology. Broadly speaking, the human population runs on 2 distinct operating systems. The first, and most common, is the farmer mind. The farmer is designed for repetition. They can plant a seed, water it every single day, and wait 6 months for the harvest without complaining. They thrive on routine. They find safety in predictability. Modern society, our schools, our 9-to-5 jobs, our career ladders, was built by farmers for farmers. The Industrial Revolution needed people who could do the same task at the same machine for 40 years. But you are running the second operating system. You have a hunter mind. A hunter does not plow a field. A hunter scans the territory. Your brain is biologically wired to track new information, solve the immediate crisis, and capture the prey. But here is the catch. Once the prey is caught, the hunt is over. The moment you figure out how the guitar works, or how the business model runs, or how the coding language is structured, the prey is dead. Your brain instantly cuts off the dopamine supply. To a farmer, this looks like quitting, but to a hunter, this is simply efficiency. You extracted the value, you learnt the lesson, and now your genetics are screaming at you to find the next hunt. This isn't just a metaphor. This difference is written into your DNA. Scientists have identified a specific gene variant called DRD47R, often nicknamed the wanderlust gene or the novelty-seeking gene. People with this genetic marker have a unique relationship with dopamine. A farmer gets a steady drip of dopamine from routine and stability. But if you have the hunter gene, your baseline for stimulation is higher. Routine doesn't soothe you, it suffocates you. You need novelty. You need complexity. You need the thrill of the learning curve. Think about the last time you started a new hobby. Do you remember that rush? That intense obsessive energy where you stayed up until 3 a.m. researching everything about it? That was your hunter brain locking onto a new target. You felt alive because you were in the hunt. But the moment the learning curve flattened out, the moment the mystery was gone, the chemical reward stopped. Society diagnoses this as a deficit. They call it a lack of focus. But biologically, it is a feature, not a bug. Your ancestors didn't survive by staring at the same tree for 10 years. They survived by noticing the changing weather, tracking the migration patterns, and adapting to new environments instantly. For a long time, having a hunter brain was a disadvantage. In a stable, slow-moving world, the specialist, the farmer, was king. If you learned one trade and did it forever, you won. But look around. We don't live in a stable world anymore. We live in a chaotic one. Technology changes every 6 months. Industries that existed 5 years ago are gone today. AI is replacing the repetitive tasks that farmers built their lives around. In this environment, the specialist is fragile. If you only know how to do one thing, and that one thing becomes obsolete, you are extinct. This is where your graveyard of hobbies suddenly becomes your weapon. Because you have quit so many different things, you have built a mental toolkit that is 10 times wider than the average person. You know a little bit about design, a little bit about psychology, a little bit about finance, and a little bit about sales. To the specialist, this looks shallow, but to the modern economy, this is synthesis. You are the only one who can walk into a room and connect the dots between 2 completely unrelated fields. You are the only one who can pivot when the market crashes. The farmer relies on the harvest. The hunter relies on their ability to adapt. And in the 21st century, adaptability is the only currency that matters. However, I have to warn you, there is a trap. The danger of the hunter mind is that you can get stuck in the scanning phase forever. You start 50 holes, but you never dig any of them deep enough to find water. You become a beginner at everything and a master of nothing. The solution is not to force yourself to be a farmer. The solution is to practice strategic hunting. You need to view your life in seasons. Stop trying to learn everything at once. Pick one major target for this season, say the next 6 months. Allow yourself to obsess over it, hunt it down, master the 80% that matters. And when the dopamine fades, when you get bored, don't shame yourself, accept it. Pack up your tools, declare the hunt successful, and consciously choose your next target. You didn't quit the guitar, you just finished that season. You didn't fail at painting, you extracted the data you needed. So the next time you feel that wave of shame wash over you because you're abandoning a project, stop. Your small circle of friends might not get it. Your parents might not get it. But you know the truth. Those half-finished projects aren't failures. They are trophies. They are proof that you are scanning, learning, and preparing for a future that requires you to be exactly who you are. You were never meant to dig one hole a mile deep. You were meant to map the entire forest. Now I want to hear from you. What is the weirdest combination of skills you have picked up over the years? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to master the strategy of your own mind, make sure to subscribe to Psyched. We'll see you in the next video.